Part 4, let's go.
This is stupid. The dominance of fire.
Thanks, Clive.
We sent Galv on a wild goose chase.
No. We have to start the episode. Yeah, Torgal! Okay, how'd you do that? No, would you just... There we go.
You like that, don't you? More killing. And for what?
I don't know, battle music, anything? Just somber, sad.
It's over.
Ah, really?
Stay down.
All that was a potion? That looked like I had like a rare drop. Interesting. By that I mean I'm mad. More sharp fangs.
What now?
Interesting. Oh. Minotaur. He thick.
A beast, man. Garuda, lend me.
I didn't mean to pop the strength potion. Nice.
Give them all you've got, boy. Get him.
I totally dodged. You know, I'm concerned on how much I'm going to spend, or how little I'm going to spend Gil on stuff. All right.
Another perfect little shortcut, Sid. Straight to a nest of bloodthirsty beasts.
Does it really count as a nest if there's only one of them? Oh,
Can't be much further now.
yes, it's still in my head, it makes more of a layer, you know? Mad, I don't have that. I'm mad.
That's enough. You're finished. A little help. Stay down.
Ow. I'm on my way, Torgal.
Wins.
Huh.
Come on. Let me through.
I got staggered.
Not this time. Too slow.
Torgal got smoked.
Wake wins. Don't let them get away. My wounds, boy.
I dodged into it again.
Not this time.
I probably should have bought potions. Potion?
That'll help. Can't take much more of it.
Too early. Every time. Die, 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 die! I needed one more hit. Mad. Okay, let's master some stuff, I think, yeah? What was this one? Stomp. I rarely use, so I should upgrade. What does this do? Increases the range. Increases the shift distance. Mastery allows assignment to any icon? What does that mean? Allows assignment to any icon. I would assume mastery of that means I can change the element of Gouch. Maybe.
What is it, boy?
After him! Don't let him escape!
Oh shit. We gotta go. Uh-oh.
Who goes there? This one's a deserter! Take his head!
Out of my way.
You made your choice!
Ow. Should have done it a little earlier. Another dragoon. And a dragon.
There he is! Don't let him escape! Kill the deserter!
Holy shit. Fuck yeah.
Clive, what's the situation?
You're late.
Gou's in trouble!
What?
The Imperials are on his tail. We have to get to him before they do.
Understood. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
Sick. Okay.
I'll take the dragon. You take the dragoon.
Wait. There we go.
Die, you bastard!
Think that hurt me, but it hurt him. Sorry, lad. Don't know how much help I'm gonna be here. All right. One down.
Dude, you just solo the dragon, okay? Why did I did the icon button and not the dodge button?
A little help.
shit.
There's a good boy.
That sounds dope. Mirage dive? Oh, it's just multiples. Got it. They're getting faster. I've read faster. Let's go!
Bloody time waster. Come on, let's finish him off. A little help. My wounds, boy.
I thought I died for a second. I was like, are you kidding me? In that I die? Level up? Full HP? Hmm? Let's go. As long as it works that way.
Come on.
Alright, I really hope Gav doesn't die. This looks dramatic.
Shit!
Don't you dare die. See ya.
Clive!
Give me your hand!
But he can't. That arm's like completely... No, 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 no.
Help me! Help me, Clive!
I've got you.
Ow. Ooh.
There. Clive doesn't have your nose, I said. He'd stumble off a cliff, I said.
That's the trouble with a nose like mine. Can't help sticking it where it's not wanted. But if it wasn't for you two, my sniffing days would be over.
I wouldn't smell again.
Thank you. Truly.
So, what news?
Well, found out where your friend's heading for one thing.
Gav,
Him and his mate are on their way to your old stomping ground, Rosaria. You should have seen what they did to the Imperials who tried to stop them. There's no question about it. He's a dominant fire, all right.
he can't be.
Clive, I saw you turn into an icon before my very eyes. And yes, there's a good chance it was you who killed the Phoenix. But we weren't alone, were we? There was the fellow you saw enter the whirlwind. I saw him too. You didn't dream it, Clive. He's out there.
But who is he?
Don't ask me. I don't bloody know. But I do know one thing. You're gonna find him and find out. After all, you swore an oath.
What?
You swore you'd avenge your brother's death, that you'd never rest until you'd hunted down the man responsible. So, find out if this man's responsible, and kill yourself if he's not.
Sid, I...
Don't thank me. Thank Gav.
Thank you, Gav.
Yeah, well.
No birds returning this year.
The Deadlands have swallowed their roosts, like as not. We're running out of time.
We'll be in Rosaria in a day or two.
So you know how I said I don't think it's Joshua? Because I don't want to say it's too easy, but we caught a little glimpse of his hair.
Back to where it all began.
Yeah!
He must be stopped.
Whomst. Okay. It still could not be Joshua.
Great gouts of fire he was, like a bleeding volcano.
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 What? You think I'm having you on?
Clive! Your friend. She's awake.
Right.
Go to her, you fool. Right, you lot. Enough slacking. Goots, come with me. Gav, go and get those wounds seen to.
Oh, give it to me straight. How long have I got?
So?
All in good time. Let's make ourselves scarce.
Jill.
Okay. This is good though.
Isn't the Moogle funny?
Let's get this fixed before someone doesn't...
It's true then. It really is you.
It is.
Clive! You're alive.
So are you. I still can't believe it. Are your wounds healed?
Sorry about that, by the way.
Talia told me what happened. You saved my life.
After nearly taking it, I had no idea. Forgive me, but how did you ever come to be there, Jill? Fighting for them.
The Iron Blood. They invaded not long after the news arrived about Phoenix Gate. Rosaria had lost her leaders. The duchy was in chaos. The Iron Kingdom saw our weakness and pounced upon it. They killed the men and captured the women.
And took you back to Ironhome.
I thought they meant to have their fun with me before the end. the end never came. My powers awoke, and everything changed. It all happened so fast.
We were told that the Ironblood had captured a dominant and planned to bring her on their latest crusade.
They gave me a choice. To fight for them on the battlefield, or see my countrywomen slaughtered.
And they call us dominants.
What?
Got a lot to tell you.
What happened, Clive? What happened at Phoenix Gate?
It was me. I killed Joshua.
No, that's not true. I know you. You wouldn't do that.
It's the truth. I changed into him again, not long ago. The second icon of fire. The one responsible.
Clive.
When I think back to that night... The hooded man, he spoke to me. What did he say? We have found you. What did he mean?
Clive, we should go back there, to Phoenix Gate. I need to know what really happened, and so do you. You need to know for certain. And if what you told me is true, and you did what you said you did, then we will face it together.
Jill, All right.
So that's all you got, man.
A change of clothes, then. Out you go, your lordship. We wouldn't want you getting overexcited.
Fair.
Sorry.
I keep getting excited about the outfit change for me.
Clive.
I should make ready too. We've a long journey ahead of us.
Side quest. And new items. Oh.
We're looking at half a dozen.
Isn't the Moogle funny?
Is this another...
Ah, Clive. I trust you're settling in?
Gradually getting used to the place.
I'm glad to hear it. I was hoping you might be persuaded to come to my aid once more. Your services will be rewarded, of course.
I don't doubt it. Seems to be the way around here.
We strive to be better than those we once served. Now, as to the task itself, I am once again in need of a pair of hands to deliver sustenance to our esteemed companions. I have 3 meals for 3 industrious souls. What say you?
You got it. A place for everyone.
Marvelous. The 3 individuals you'll be seeking out are busying themselves about the hideaway. You'll find one by the entrance, another in the bunks, and the other guarding the cells. Thank you once again, Clive.
Prioritize.
We just don't have enough teams to follow every lead.
Ooh, something smells good. For me, I hope.
It is. Courtesy of Kenneth.
Oh, my thanks.
These birds are needy creatures. They don't like me running after the fat chocobo behind their backs.
They must keep you busy.
Ah, there's never a moment's rest. Probably for the best I eat down here, reeking of the staples as I do. I'd only put people off their food. And who has time to wash and dress for dinner when they've got little darlings like these to wait upon, eh? Anyway, thanks for the food, and be sure to give Kenneth my regards.
You got it. I was forgetting to breathe. Okay, the cells are that way.
You, newcomer, I need help.
What's the matter?
It's my assistant. She left to gather soil, and I've seen nothing of her since. I cannot concentrate one whit for fear of what might have happened. Please, I beg of you, will you go and check? I have to know.
Yeah. Where?
Right, I'll go.
Marvelous. Thank you. You'll be rewarded for your time, of course.
Whereabouts is she?
Gotan's Bales. It's on the outskirts of Lostwig. Not the safest place for an unaccompanied bearer, perhaps, but the soil there is second to none. Now go, and do not linger. Why, it may already be too late.
Moving heaven and earth. Well, I have food to deliver, so we're gonna do that first.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for some wild mickleberries.
Can I help you? Kenneth sent me.
Ah, wonderful. Do you hear that? Our food has arrived. Does your appetite still elude you?
Is he sick?
I'm afraid so. Those no longer in need of a physicker's immediate ministrations are sent here for further rest. I tend to those who cannot tend to themselves, which leaves me very little time for anything else. Happily, Kenneth sees that I stay fed. I would be lost without the kindness of good people like him and yourself. Thank you. Come.
Can really do with a proper place to train.
Alright, one more to deliver.
Back so soon? Fancied another kip in the cells, did you?
Kenneth sent me. He thought you might be hungry.
He wasn't wrong. The way my gut's been growling, I'd have curls running scared.
Curls.
Got duty down.
I always call them coerls.
It's not. But sometimes folk need locking up, and someone has to watch over them. I help people sleep at night, and that's not a boast many can make.
That's fair.
You keep yourself on the right side of these bars now, you hear me?
I think that's everyone. I better let Kenneth know.
I'm gonna stop by Blacksmith real quick.
See, I'm busy here. What's that for you, dear?
Gaia Blade.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
I need 2 more steel silk. Fuck. Battle chains. I mean,
You can thank me later. Anything else?
ooh, that sword looks cool. I still think I like the wind cry one I had, or whatever it was called.
To say farewell. We're leaving.
Good decision. Better that than buried out there in the black. You've got a lot to thank that girl for, you know.
I know. And I will.
Now, what do you really want? We both know you don't come here for conversation.
I could have just bought the Gaia Blade. Wait. Oh, the bought ones are not like the green version. It looks like it's just the base version. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna stock up on potions and high potions.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Off you go.
I should probably say thank you to Gav, too.
Hold on. I have to go back here and upgrade my stuff.
Well, so what'll it be?
Stormcry.
Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later. That it?
Cool.
Fine.
Now we're as leveled as we can be, kind of. I wonder if I just missed some of the valley stuff in Steel Silk.
You're back. Here, your reward.
The valley matter? I swear if I get 2 valley matter and a Steel Silk, I'm gonna be mad.
A fact we are proud of, believe me. I'm glad you've witnessed it for yourself. You have your place too, of course, as you have just so capably proven, and you will always have a place with us, should you desire it.
It's kind of you to say so.
It is the truth, and not a soul among us would deny it. I look forward to all that you will bring to our little community.
I got 100 skill points for that. And a gill bug. Do this side quest real quick. Although I wonder if I got it. Would have waited. I could have had Jill on my team. 'Cause I think that's going to be my next party member.
Someone's in trouble.
Spiders.
Wake winds. Give them all you've got, boy. It's over.
I don't know what just happened to that spider.
That's enough.
You son of a bitch.
Keep your distance, boy.
Nice. Some of the valley matter.
Are you hurt?
It would have been worse if you hadn't come along. Wait, I've seen you around the hideaway. You're new, aren't you?
I'm Clive.
And I'm Martel. But what are you doing here?
Looking for you. This is no place for a bearer on her own.
I noticed that. But this soil's not going to collect itself.
Then what if I gathered it for you? You could head back to the hideaway. Just exactly what sort of dirt is it that you need?
What I need is soil. but I'd be a fool to refuse your help after what just happened. It's the good stuff you're looking for. Dark, rich, fragrant. You'll know it when you find it.
Dark, rich, and fragrant. Right.
Right.
Well, you should hurry back. Bohemil seemed worried enough that he might come looking for you himself.
That seems unlikely, but I won't argue with you. Thanks.
Let's go find some soil.
Soil, then. There's certainly enough of it here. But is it dark, rich, and fragrant?
I'm gonna steal from their crops. Although I'm sure they have plenty of it. What am I? I'm sure I have a bag or something, but it's just funny that I'm picking up dirt and putting it in my pocket.
That should be enough. I better get it back to the hideaway.
Hold on, I want to get this free healing. That's a sharp fang. Never mind. I'm out of here. And then we're heading back to Rosaria. Yeah, it's as excited as I was about the super pre-order weapon. I like the aesthetic of this kind of stuff right now, as opposed to that one.
There you are. And all safe and sound.
Oh, yes, she's standing right there.
Not the girl. The soil. Did you bring it?
Yes. Here.
Glorious! When Martel came home empty-handed, I almost had a fit. But with this, my research can continue. First and foremost come the measurements. I must know how much ether each sample contains. From there...
Wait, so you were never...
Worried about me? Sorry to disappoint you, but the only thing he worries about is his research.
But that's...
That's all right. It's just how he is. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be growing anything in these ruins. It's a small price to pay. Although, you shouldn't have to pay it too. Did he even offer you anything for helping? Ugh. Here. I know it's not much, but it's something, at least. I wish I could offer you some fruit too, but you're not likely to thank me if I do. Still.
Why?
We'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick.
Well, thank you. 19 skill point. I only needed the steel. Oh well.
Could really do with a proper place to train.
Let's go talk to Gav.
So your mind's made up, is it?
We'll be leaving for Rosaria as soon as we're able.
Back down memory lane, eh? Rosaria ain't what she used to be, Clive. Not since the Imperials moved in. First sign of trouble, you make straight for Martha's Rest and ask for the landlady. She's a friend of the cause. Tell her you was Sid, and she'll help you out.
Understood. Thank you, Gav. I'd be lost without you.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job. No need to make such a fuss. You take care, alright? Oh, I'm crap at goodbyes. Where's Sid when you need him?
Give him my regards when he gets back.
I will.
Nice.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Ready, my lady?
Ready.
Sick outfit. Wait, why didn't I say goodbye to Clive? Or, not Clive, sorry. Sid. I'm Clive. We don't really make it far, do we? I hope we have to walk there. I hope it's like a big, like, catch up and character building map.
Rosaria. It's been 13 years.
But this breeze, the smell of the grass, it's just as I remember it.
You haven't been back either.
I couldn't. Bran did keep a close watch on each other in the Imperial Army. You get beheaded just for knowing a deserter. The only way out was on a mission.
I see.
But mostly I was afraid. Afraid to go back.
I know.
But I'm here now. Thanks to you.
Why is it thanks to you? Did I miss something? I mean, yeah, wasn't a very kind thing to say, but homecoming. All right,
That inn at the top of the hill must be Martha's
610 yards away.
lady's a friend.
But can we say the same for her patrons?
Imperials don't tend to take well to those with my mark. If anyone asks, I'm a branded soldier, sworn to protect my noble mistress.
Did we ever get rid of that mark?
Look at the fuse on this.
Bighorn. I wonder if it'll ever be like charged again, kind of thing, you know? It's once you get the more buttons, this is gonna be so good. I do wonder how it works with like Odin, Bahamut, if we get any of those.
Keep your distance, boy.
Yeah, I wonder how many of the icons we get. Did I get the item? I must have.
Sick of Torgal. Give them all you've got, boy. Garuda, lend me.
I'm feeling strong.
It's over.
Almost leveled up. Wonder, do my party members kind of like share my stats? I don't know how much damage they do. But I mean, so far, all of my party members have been dominants, so.
Let's make this quick. Don't let them get away.
Chocobos!
They never finished building the bridge then.
After what happened at Phoenix Gate, it didn't seem the highest priority.
Hello.
Goblins. So even my first mission was in
Every time I dodge the big ones so early.
Garuda, lend me your strength.
That one was, I didn't even dodge.
Get him, boy. Too slow. Give me fire. Not this time.
I do really like that you can do that during animations. You can switch icons.
Don't let them get away. Sick of Torgal.
Something cool. At clamshells. What's this? Chests. Big money? 10 sharp fangs. You know, I'm sure I'll need it for crafting and stuff, so I'm not too upset. I do want to go check out up here, though. If I can. Doesn't seem like I can. Never mind. Disregard. Hello.
Stop and give me an hand. Here, you couldn't give me an hand, could you? Typical. A bloody bearer. Just when I thought my luck had changed. Still, better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here, you understand me, don't you? I need your help. These blasted birds must have caught a whiff of my cargo, and now they've got me surrounded. No, it's very late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
How am I to
Fine.
move a wagon by myself?
That's the spirit. All right. Here.
Oh, I'm taking the thing. Never mind.
I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off with you then, and don't go taking any detours on the way.
Don't tell me what to do. This is my mission. Damn it. I don't know how it took me this long to notice, but I also noticed that there's no mini-map.
Here we are. Martha's Rest.
I have to fight these people, aren't I?
That's one of our branded. Are you the stable master? I was asked to deliver this to you.
This is for me, right enough. Not sure what some bearer's doing bringing it to me, though. Where's that fool of a peddler got to?
He couldn't come himself. His cart's surrounded by wild chocobos.
Huh. Sounds about right.
Does that happen often?
Gizal Greens, no doubt. Crammed with him, if I know him.
Gizal Greens.
Chocobos go mad for them, don't they? And if you forget to seal the cart up tight, the smell gets out, and birds come running from miles around. Don't get me wrong. They're a fine investment for a savvy merchant, especially around these parts. But you can't get greedy, as our mutual friend is learning the hard way. Still, I got my wares, and that's all that matters. Be sure to pass your master my regards.
No reward? I will take experience points. Thank you.
Good girl. You get some rest now.
You barely have...
Womp.
I wonder if Martha is as friendly as Gav claims.
Let's go and find out, shall we?
He goes to Eastpool, leave him in the pile. Take him home when the bridge is back.
It was good, honest work building that aqueduct.
Aye.
Excuse me. Would you happen to be the landlady?
Depends who's asking, and why they have an Imperial bearer with them.
For protection, which hopefully won't be needed. If you can advise me on the safest route to the west.
It's your friend here I'd be worried about. Bearers don't have an easy time of it in Rosaria. Even a Stratton lad like him might attract the wrong kind of attention.
Thank you.
And if he gets nabbed, it ain't likely to end well for you either.
Then we'll just have to stay out of the malicious way. Gav said you might be able to help us.
Follow me. Sorry for before. Can't be too wary of strangers asking questions in our game. I'm Martha, an old friend of Sid's. He said he had high hopes for a bearer who joined recently. I expect that's you. So, where is it you're headed?
For Phoenix Gate. We have questions that need answering.
Is that so? Well, if you want to avoid the garrison, the road through Eastpool's your best bet. Or it would be, if the bridge hadn't collapsed. A right bloomin' nuisance it is. We've had no trade with the village for weeks. I did ask our carpenter to take a look at it. But he went out on another job. And he hasn't come back.
Do you think something might have happened to him?
Fingers crossed he's just taking his time. The alternative don't bear thinking about.
We'll find him. And make sure he's safe. We both need that bridge repaired. Your carpenter sounds like the man to do it.
I see why Sid's got such a soft spot for you. If you could, I'd be in your debt.
You said that he went out on a job?
Right. He went down into the marshes to check on another bridge. The one by the Fallen Gate.
The marshes were dangerous at the best of times. We should hurry.
There's a ladder to the side of the gate. That's the quickest way down, if you've a head for heights. His name is Bernard.
Bernard.
Well, tell him Martha sent you, and that he's wanted at the bridge to Eastpool.
Sorry, is it 1100 XP? Damn!
To the marshes, then. Let's find that ladder.
This is a nice little town.
And he goes to Eastpool.
Here's the gate. And that must be the ladder.
Ladders.
Get away from me!
What was that?
It came from under the bridge. Come on.
Is that Bernard?
There he is.
Hold on, we're coming!
It's over. Stay down.
That's it.
Mortal blow.
Thank you, my lady. You saved my life.
Not at all.
I'm right here.
Carpenter, yes?
I am. I didn't realize my name was known so widely.
I'm a friend of Martha's. She asked us to come and find you.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I just finished checking these piles when I turn around. I see a gang of slavering monsters looking to feast on my flesh. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd have been snipped into strips by now.
We're just glad you're safe.
I best go and give my regards to the landlady then, hey?
Actually, she asked that if we found you, we should beg you make haste to repair the bridge to Eastpool.
Of course. I said I'd take a look at it, but it clean slipped my mind. I'll head up there straight away.
It better be done.
The trusses are still sturdy. It's just a matter of replacing the stringers and relining the deck. I'll have it done in no time.
Thank you, Bernard. We were hoping to take the road to Eastpool ourselves. We're very grateful for your help. And sorry for asking this of you after what you've been through.
I owe you my life. Fixing a bridge is the least I can do. Thank you, my lady. And you too, son. You're with Sid, ain't ya? Me and him, we go way back. Not as far as Martha, mind, but far
Not as far as her.
Well, I best get cracking then. You go and let Martha know I'm all right, and she'll have her bridge back soon enough.
We will.
Do we take a nap now, or?
The bridge will be fixed when it's fixed.
The bridge will be fixed when it's fixed.
You ain't pulled that sword from its scabbard, indeed.
Ma'am? I don't think they were talking about weaponry.
It was good, honest.
Ah, you're back. What happened?
That was like
Did you find her?
5 minutes.
We did. He's fine. And he'll have the bridge to Eastpool repaired soon.
Well, thank the founder for that.
It was lucky we found him when we did. The creatures out there are not to be trifled with.
It's the Blight's fault. They'd nothing to eat in the north, so they come down here hunting for food. He can't keep going out alone. I'll have to arrange a guard for him. But anyway, thank you. I don't have a lot to offer in return, but you're welcome to rest here until the repairs are finished.
We'd be delighted.
Thank you. Oh, it was 1100. It was 1300 gil, not experience. Wait, is that the main quest icon from Final Fantasy XIV?
Can I get you a drink or anything while you wait? Flagon of Imperial Gold, perhaps? Tastes like swill, but it'll slake a thirst.
No, thank you. I prefer the truth about why there are so few bearers around here.
Yes. There were more of them when we were young. Far more.
Is this the Empire's doing? Have they been sent away?
They have, aye. Either to the Legions or Oriflamme.
Oriflamme.
Seems the miners at Drake's Head are having a hard time keeping up with demand of late, so the bearers make up the shortfall. Time was they used to dole out crystals like sugar plums even down here in the provinces, but not anymore. Nowadays, they'll jump at any excuse to confiscate our bearers so they can be put to work elsewhere. I always knew the Empire treated their branded like shit, but after seeing it with my own eyes, well...
Ah, Thea! Congratulations on the new arrival. And you got the little laddie with you?
It was a bearer. The boy I carried for 9 long moons. A bloody bearer.
Oh, you poor thing. You gave it to the constables then?
Just left it at the garrison, let them deal with it. Couldn't wait to be rid of the blasted thing. Been wanting it gone since the moment I found out.
Well, it's all dealt with now. So no harm done, eh?
Mum, he weren't my brother, was he?
No. But you'll have one soon enough. You just have to be patient. All right?
All right.
Unbelievable, innit? Bearers may have been looked down on back in Archduke Elwin's day, but they were still human beings. Now they've fallen so far, a beggar wouldn't spit on them. Since you're not drinking, do me a favour and take that to the Abbey.
The bag?
There's darkness at the heart of this world, and I'd have you see it.
Why? Why would you have me see it?
At an abbey. Glademond Abbey, on the shore of Sorrowwise Bay. The abbot there is a friend. Tell him Martha sent you, and he'll show you what I mean.
Understood.
Got it.
Anything catch your eye? Very well.
Make sure you're aiming that at the fish there, son.
Come and have a look. Can I go this way? Ah. The lift. Got it. So we're to go see the darkness?
Tested, that a bearer's fate was decided at birth.
The chocobo.
Was best for all concerned. I know. But for a child to be blamed, to be hated by its parents through no fault of its own.
We knew nothing of what it meant to be born that way, did we?
No.
Hold on. I have an important side quest. Wait, why do I have to fight them? I don't want to fight them. I want to have them. And where's my chocobo? Okay, we're gonna go straight to the place. Don't make me fight the chocobo, thank you very much. Much appreciated. It still feels weird, and I also don't want to be hit with Choco Meteor.
It's over. Stay down.
There's the Abbey. What darkness awaits us within, I wonder?
Let's go and see.
Wonderful question. I too wonder that.
Good day to you. I'm afraid the Abbey is not open for public prayer. May Griga go with you?
We came to offer a donation. From Martha.
I see. Then please, follow me.
You got it.
I don't want to die. Please, Father. Help me for the pain. I'll beg you.
The light, it fades. I don't want to die alone.
It's all right. I'm here.
Who are these people?
Martha's bearers. She entrusted them to my care, that I might ease their suffering. To the extent that I can, for the time they have left.
Are they like crystallizing?
The curse has taken them. All of them.
As it does every bearer forced to use their gift. With each draw on the ether, their bodies petrify, till all that remains is stone and pain, and so they are cast aside. There is nothing either Martha or I can do to change that, but we can at least strive to make their final hours a little more bearable.
Bearable, I get it. Bad joke.
Have faith, my son, for you shall rise again and find the happiness denied you in this life.
Thank you, Father.
I must offer you my own thanks for the medicine you so kindly brought. Now, their final moments may be moments of peace.
Wow.
When next you see Martha, pray tell her that 2 more have succumbed.
So it uses up the Aether.
We should get back to Martha's Rest.
I have to explore. There's nothing here.
Thank you for bringing us the physic. Would that we were not so reliant on Martha's kindness. But I fear we would have naught to soothe these bearers' woes without it. Save a prayer to a god that is not their own.
See? Not as cool, but still pretty dope.
It was good, honest.
Ah, you're back. Thanks for taking care of that.
The abbot had a message for you.
Thanks for scarring me.
2 more have succumbed.
I see. Come upstairs. So, now you know, eh?
I've seen plenty of bearers die on the battlefield. But never like that.
And all because they were born different. The powers that be can't take away their gift, so they strip them of their humanity instead. Oh, there's plenty who pity a bearer's plight. But so long as we're content to sit around, weeping for those on whose broken backs we're carried, we ain't gonna change nothing.
And so you lend Sid your strength?
What little of it I have. Used profits from this place to buy the poor buggers.
So when the abbot told us the bearers were yours...
Aye, they're my property, at least by law. Any still fit to work fetch a price beyond my means. All I can do is care for those who are past mending.
That's rough.
But it's not all doom and gloom. Bernard's finished fixing that bridge for you. You can carry on to Eastpool now. You got questions that need answering, ain't you? Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you, Martha.
Oh, I almost forgot. Sid and I have other friends in Rosaria. Wear this and they'll know you for one of us.
The slumbering chocobo.
And know that you will
Wonderful.
always be welcome here.
Wow.
You were right, Sid. It really is them. Lord Rosfield and Lady Warwick have come back to us. And long may they stay.
I like that. So that's what happens when a bearer is forced to use too much or just overall. Uh-oh. Can we borrow chocobos? Sid! Let's go!
Ah, Clive. You're not where I left you.
Hurt your hand.
I did, aye. With 1,000 little lightning bolts. Can't fling them around the way I used to. Think of it as my decoration for long service and exemplary misconduct.
So does that heal?
But you didn't come here to compare war wounds.
We didn't.
Thank you, Sid. For everything.
If you want to leave, that's your lookout. I'm sure you'll have a long and happy life together if you stay out of my way.
Sid!
I knew a girl, back in the day. She was a slave to her fate, just like you.
Did you just throw that cigar near, like, straw?
For a while, I even thought I could. But just because you think something doesn't make it true.
Sid.
I'm no savior. Just a conceited old fool. I talk about people forging their own futures. But instead of handing them the hammer, I beat them with my own. And if no bugger wants to listen to what you've got to say, you might as well keep your gob shut. But Clive, I will say this. not a monster. You're the same man you've always been. Accept that, and you may yet escape your fate.
My fate?
Look, lad, you've had a hard life. And I don't see it getting much easier. You might not be able to save anyone else, but at the very least, you can save yourself.
I'll try.
And Jill, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk, but I trust you'll take good care of the boy.
Yes, I will.
Is that the last of it?
Aye.
We best head back then. Wouldn't want to keep Nan waiting. Ta-ra then.
I was kind of hoping we'd get, you know, the four-man party. But, and wait. So the ether can't be replenished? Or is that petrification just there now?
I hear the levies are due to go up.
I hope it's not. It would make sense, considering calling it a war wound and all that, but...
Martha said the blight had spread even further south, pushing yet more monsters down with it. I dare say we'll be seeing a few along the way.
Then we shall have to keep our wits about us.
Stay down! It's over.
Okay, we destroyed them. Take that, crabs. Or scorpions, that's what I meant. Well, yeah, scorpions. Crawfish.
Stay down!
Adamantoise. I want to know what you drop. Oh, sorry, friend. Struggle?
There, boy!
Perfect. Ah, it didn't work. Too soon. Clive. Damn.
Sick of trouble! Get him!
11,000 damage. I didn't dodge. I sent the magic. Come on. Yeah, baby. Black blood. God, combat is so fun in this game. I found $6. Hey friends, I'll be taking that chest now. The freeze.
But at least we won.
I'd say that was pretty flawless. I think we beat ass.
Excellent. Another fight.
Wake wins! Yeah! We're finished!
Hello.
Over here! Excuse me?
Hi.
Use that blade of yours.
It's mine though.
Curse my luck. I'm branded. No time to haggle with whoever holds your leash. Wait. That's the slumbering chocobo you're wearing. You and the Marfers, are you? Good. She won't begrudge me the use of you then. Not while there's wolves about. We tried dealing with them ourselves. Made out baked, think we might swoop in and slaughter the lot. But we didn't expect the pack to be quite so bloody big.
I expect the blight drove them here. They must have fled their homes for greener pastures.
We'd hoped empty bellies might make them easy prey. We'd made them mean instead. Martha's no fool, so she must see something in you. Do us a favor and get rid of them, will you?
Sure.
All right. I suppose those wolves pose a threat to everyone.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I'd wager the greedy bastards are still over yonder, finishing off our bait.
How are they greedy?
When you've seen to every last one of them, go and speak to my friend over the bridge. Bryce, his name is. He want to know if it's safe to come across. All right, off you go then.
Alright, time to go fight a bunch of wolves. It's this way though. Nothing. Go ahead.
Look hungry, all right. Hungry and mean.
That's enough. It's over.
Gotta find this Bryce and let him know the road's safe.
Hello, Bryce.
Wonder how long that bait will last.
You, Bryce?
What's it to you, bearer?
Your friend asked me to get rid of the wolves. So I got rid of the wolves.
You'd have me believe a single bearer slew the entire pack.
I'm a badass?
Again, if you didn't, you wouldn't be on this side of the bridge. Bugger me, you're a tough one, aren't you? Oh, Frederick. You wily bastard. I'd never thought to pit beast against beast like that. You served us well, bearer. Be sure to pass our thanks to your master.
Feels weird only getting 22 experience.
windmills. That must be Eastpool.
Free XP.
I remember coming here with Lord Murdoch when I was young. Rosaria seemed a very different place back then.
Is this supposed to be? Oh my god, it is. It's a. I think this is a Vivi reference. Cool, or at least like Black Mage, but I love this. This is so cute. Excuse me, I love your scarecrows. That's one way to take care of them. Have them cast Flare at the crow. I'm here. I always overestimate the range of that. I still think I got it like on the very edge of the spin, but oh. Ow. You're kind of beating ass.
Not this time. Give them all you've got, boy. Toggle.
Nice.
Get him, boy.
Ha. Diamond dust.
Not this time.
This'll kill. Or it'll just stagger. Nice. Dragon Talon. I actually kind of need those, don't I? I think that was one of the crafting materials for some of the green material or green equipment. Nice. Okay. Let's head to town. No, but this is a really cool touch. Like that's got to be intentional. Yes, like that can't be coincidental. The fact that the scarecrows look like black mages. Hello.
Drink up now.
Cutscene. Eastpool.
Quiet, isn't it?
Yes.
You're Clive Rossfield.
Gotta go.
It's me, Hannah, Rodney Murdoch's wife.
Lady Hannah.
Oh.
Oh, I knew it was you. You haven't changed at all.
I kind of doubt that. It's been 13 years.
And Jill too. It's so good to see you both again.
It's good to see you too, Lady Hannah.
If you have time, you simply must come back to the house. I haven't much to offer, but what is mine is yours.
We should be delighted.
So if I remember correctly, Murdoch got incinerated, yes? When Clive turned into a Freet?
And you have been wandering the world ever since. I can well understand fleeing from those iron blood brutes. But oh, to take to the road at such a tender age.
It wasn't easy, but we survived, and...
And now we're back. It's wonderful to see you safe and well, Lady Hannah. Do you think you will stay here, in Eastpool? Rosalith still enjoys the Mother Crystal's blessing, does it not? You could always move.
This house holds a lot of memories for me. So long as I can live here in peace, here I shall stay. Not that it matters. The capital is closed to civilians, by order of the Duchess. Or should I say, Her Imperial Majesty. Annabella's marriage to the Emperor of Sambrec heralded a great many changes here.
Yes, of course.
Oh, forgive me. I didn't mean to...
Please, there is nothing to forgive. Would my mother not make an exception for you and your husband? Surely she would not refuse the Lord Commander.
Okay, so he didn't.
Rodney passed away.
Okay, he did. That's what I thought. Because I remember vividly that thing, but I didn't know if it was like an artistic choice. Right here, that was the exact cutscene I was thinking of.
I'm sorry.
Clive.
My poor child. You look pale. All this traveling must have taken its toll. I insist you rest. We can talk later. Hmm?
Are you sure you don't want to sleep inside?
I can't. Not after what I did.
Lady Hannah said she would prepare a change of clothes for you in the morning. She really has been very kind.
Years of killing. 13 years without the faintest glimmer of hope. It was only Joshua that kept me going. I swore that I would avenge his death. That I would kill his killer. That was the only thing that gave my life any meaning. But if it was me who killed Joshua and Murdoch and all the others, then why the hell am I still breathing?
I ask myself the same. When I fought, hundreds died. There were so many bodies. So many lives cut short in their prime. That day in Dalmekia, I wanted to join them. I wanted it all to end. I couldn't bear it anymore. If living meant being that, better to be just another body.
I'm sorry.
Do you remember that night on the balcony? When we looked up at the moon? I said a prayer to Metia, and that prayer was answered.
That red star has got to be something.
You came back to me. The heavens must have a plan for us. We should get some rest.
Right.
Good night, Clive. Sleep well.
Thank you.
Let's
Diana.
go!
Perhaps now people will not flee at the sight of me.
You look just like Elwyn did when he was your age.
How did you come to have some of my father's old...
Yo!
Oh, before Elwyn became Archduke, our families would often summer together. He and Rodney were like brothers.
You sword?
These clothes have been in a
Was that the
wardrobe
sword
for
I have?
years, collecting cobwebs along with everything else.
His outfit reminds me of a Belmont.
Well, I'm very grateful for them. And sorry for depriving you of your memories.
Not at all. It's what your father would have wanted.
That looks so much better.
They suit you well. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a new
Lady
sword.
Hannah.
Yes, thank you.
And I have a second sword.
Kind.
No, I should thank you. It may only have been for a short while. But seeing you again took me back to happier times.
Ah.
Fare you well, my lord and lady.
And you, Lady Hannah. If we follow
Right.
the road to the north, it should take us all the way to Phoenix Gate. Let's go.
Invictus. One of a set of 7 swords said to have been forged in the flames of Mount Tristanus. Invictus has been passed down through the generations for use by the Archduke's family and his closest shields. Archduke Elwyn presented Invictus to Rodney Murdoch on the day he was promoted to Lord Commander of the Ducal Army. Metean Cross. 45 defense? Well, now I'm mad that I upgraded this stuff. Woo! Very good armor. Part of me wants to do this move. Okay, we're gonna call it here. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.